The courtroom is quiet, not because there are no words, but because every word matters. Jeremiah Johnson stands before the judge, man with a past full of crime, a future hanging by a single decision. This is a story about second chances, and how close they come to disappearing forever. The courtroom goes silent as Jeremiah Johnson faces the judge. He is a man shaped by crime and regret. Every word he speaks shakes with promises. Every plea is chased by memories of his past life. When the judge questions his faith and his future, the air grows heavy, and doubt slowly creeps into the room.
Good morning. Are you Jeremiah Johnson?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Johnson was previously here in cause number 250330, entered a plea of guilty, pled guilty to theft of a firearm. The agreement on these were for a 10-year deferred on those 2 aggravated robberies and a 2-year term probated for 5 years on the theft of firearm cases. I've received the pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review these reports? Or the report? Are there any additions or corrections? So, I don't know about all this. Not real sure I want to go along with this plea agreement. Mr. Johnson?
Yes, ma'am. I promise that I'll do right this time.
This time?
Yes, ma'am.
You have been in trouble for breaking into people's cars, stealing guns, shooting at people over and over and over again.
Yes, ma'am. God can show me that this is not nothing I want to do in life.
When did he show you that?
Being in jail, incarcerated.
You've been in jail before. You didn't find God when you were there before?
Yes, ma'am. I'm not making no excuses.
Here's the thing. I hope you have.
Yes, ma'am.
I hope that you have found him. The problem is you lose them when you get out of jail.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's what a lot of people do, is when you're looking at time and you're incarcerated, I don't want to do this. And then you get out and you go start doing the same thing because you think you're cool and you're going to go steal guns and you're going to shoot at people when they... You're lucky you're not here for murder.
Yes, ma'am. I got to be here for my little girl. I can't mess up no more. I can't afford to.
You're how old?
28.
You're 28.
Yes, ma'am.
You're way older than old enough to know better.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, this is something I see a lot of times with these 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old kids. Your child's 7 years old.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's not like you have a baby and all of a sudden you know you need to be there for her.
Yes, ma'am. I know. I made a few mistakes in my life, but I'm willing to try to...
That's an understatement, don't you think?
Yes, ma'am. I understand.
I appreciate, too, that you're being honest with me today.
Ma'am.
But I have to look out for the community as
Yes,
much
ma'am.
as, you know, I kind of have 2 things I've got to do here. Figure out what's best for you, but also what's best for our community.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, I will say when I first met with him that, I mean, early on, he's just said, I'm tired of this life. You know, I don't know why I'm doing this and I need to get my stuff together. And
Yes.
do you have, I understand exactly what the court says. Everybody finds God and, I mean, Jesus in jail, you know, but sometimes I think there's some truth that when you're sitting there and it opens your eyes that, you know, you do realize that I'm getting too old for this. I'm just ready to settle down and do what's right. And he seemed to have that attitude when I first talked to him.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I mean, I just ask if you give me one chance, just one chance to prove myself.
So I want to make sure, and we're going to go over that. If you get this chance and you violate it,
Yes, ma'am.
you got the rest of your life that I can give you in prison.
Yes, ma'am.
And
He swears he's changed, that a little girl, a jail cell, and God himself have turned his soul around. Yet the judge sees through the pattern, every promise forged behind bars, every vow fading once free. And just when mercy seems impossible, she gives him one last chance. but with a warning that chills the room.
When I have to spend some time and it bothers me, a lot of times I don't remember. People say, oh, yeah, you remember when you put me on probation? I don't. I'll probably remember you.
Yes, ma'am.
The judge speaks plainly. She points out his choices, even the markings on his face that make him unforgettable. She reminds him that nothing about his past says safe. Then she pauses. She decides to move forward with sentencing, but not without warning. She tells Jeremiah she has serious concerns. Still, she offers something rare, an opportunity and tools to succeed if he truly wants change. Jeremiah agrees quietly. The court finds him guilty, and his fate begins to take shape.
You guilty in cause number 250330, defer all proceedings, place you on probation for a period of 10 years. You're ordered to pay a $500 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. And I'm going to go through certain conditions in a few minutes. In cause number 250331, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to follow the agreement, defer all proceedings, place you on probation for 10 years. You will pay a $500 fine in that case as well and follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. In cause number 250408, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time find you guilty of theft of a firearm. Sentence you in accordance with your agreement to a term of 2 years in the state jail prison, but probate that, you'll be on probation for 5 years in that case. You're also ordered to pay a $500 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. Cause number 250409, also find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time find you guilty of theft of a firearm. Sentence you in accordance with your agreement to a term of 2 years in the state jail prison, but probate that for 5 years. And you're ordered to pay a $500 fine in that case and follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. One of the conditions of your probation in each of your cases is going to be that you enter and successfully complete the cognitive track of the ISF program. That's a 90-day program, so you're not getting out today. But I'm doing this to continue you hopefully making the better decisions. This program is all about making better decisions. Staying away from the people that you need to stay away from. If you really want to change your life, you can. People do it. It's not easy sometimes, but you're going to be given the tools. And if you don't, then you're back here. Okay? And so here's something that's very important, though. You have a handful of write-ups in our jail. I see those. I'm going to see if you have any more between now and when you go to ISF. It will be a violation of your probation if you have more incident reports in our jail or if you have any in ISF. So if you are disrespectful to those officers that are just out there doing their job, if you're fighting, if you don't button your jumper up because you're too cool to button your jumper up, just follow the rules. When you're out and you're not in custody, you can make whatever decisions you want. When you are in custody, you're going to follow those rules. If you don't, again, that's part of your probation now, is that you follow all of those rules and don't get in trouble. You could be back in here on probation before you ever hit the streets again. So whatever's going on in the jail, you better go in and say, whoever else is messing around, get on your bunk, do what you're supposed to, get to ISF, get out, do what you say you're going to do. Okay?
You said how long ISF?
It's a 90-day program. Okay? So you've got two separate things going here. Now, you've got the deferred probation on those aggravated robberies, which means at this time you don't have a conviction on those cases. That's a great thing for you. It also leaves it open, though. If you violate any condition of your probation, you're back in here. I can convict you of those offenses, and you could be sentenced to anywhere in the range of punishment, which is between 5 years and up to the rest of your life in prison, the whole range of punishment. Also, if you violate on those theft of a firearm cases, you've already agreed in those to the maximum punishment, which is 2 years in the state jail prison. So if you violate, you've already agreed to those 2 years. Do you understand? Okay, I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived any right to appeal. I have also handed you a written admonishment regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. Because of the judgments entered against you, you're ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Possession of a firearm or ammunition could lead to charges against you. Not just any charges, more felony charges. If you have any questions about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, you can, or how long that lasts, you can talk to Mr. Parker. All right?
Jeremiah Johnson stands before the bench. He is only 28 years old, but his life already feels worn out by bad decisions. The judge reviews his record: theft, robbery, gun-related violence. This is not his first time here. Today, Jeremiah says he has changed. He says he found faith. He says he found purpose. And he speaks about his 7-year-old daughter waiting for him to finally be better. The judge listens, but she remains cautious. She has seen men find religion in jail and lose it the moment freedom returns. Her questions are sharp, direct, unforgiving. She reminds him how close he came to facing murder charges, how lucky he truly is. His lawyer speaks up, describing a man tired of running from himself, desperate to change his path. Then silence fills the room. Finally, the judge speaks, not with anger, but with heavy responsibility. Jeremiah is given a second chance, but it is not soft. 10 years deferred, 5 years probation, 90 days in a strict program meant to rebuild broken minds. The warning is clear: 1 mistake, 1 broken rule, and the rest of his life will be decided by this moment. The gavel falls. Jeremiah nods quietly, holding back tears. The courtroom exhales. Mercy was given, but this time it came with teeth. And as he is led away, one message remains: change is possible, but so is forever. Second chances don't come free. They come with rules, with pressure, with consequences. If this story made you think, like the video, subscribe for more real courtroom stories, and comment below.